Hey guys, I'm here today to react to BTS's new song called We Are Bulletproof, The Eternal. I'm so excited because I love when they do these kind of extensions of their previous songs and they switch it up to something new and they change the concept of it to build off of what they had. It's just so cool to see that. We saw for example, Save Me and then I'm Fine, right? And then we saw Boy in Love to Boy with Love, and just seeing all of this, the growth and everything, and all of this in the future is crazy. Cause I remember when only those songs existed, you know? There was no I'm Fine, there was no Boy with Love, it was just the first ones, you know? And now we are Bulletproof, another version of it. That's just so cool how these things exist now. But anyway, I'm very excited to hear it, so without further ado, let's get into it. God, it's so calm and pretty, compared to the first one, it's so different.
Don't wanna die, but so much pain, too much crime. 무뎌지는 강남. We were only 7, but we have you on 이렇게 붙잡은 손끝에.
He's singing. Their vocals. Because we love you. I knew my card would run out of space at the worst moment. But yeah, the song is pretty much done, but beautiful is that? I'm so okay right now. Like, I've never been better. It's so sweet. Oh my god, this song is beautiful. Just from like the fact that like they took their name and literally like they made it so literal. Like, just, oh my god, everything about this is art. It made me so sad, the part, you know, like how they used to be ashamed of the name, because like they started off like with a very different style, and I guess no one really believed in them, but then this happened, right? And now like they can use it proudly and very literally that they are bulletproof. Like, you know, them and armies together, BTS and armies, create that armor to be bulletproof, and that's so beautiful. And I love that they're like extending off of that, like, you know, saying that like it's all of us, you know, like not just them, but like really, I mean, like, yes, of course it's all their hard work that like, and like the talent and everything, you know, that like got them the recognition that they deserve and like made them pop off, because they genuinely create incredible content, like connect with their fan base and everything. Like, at the same time, if you think about it, no artist can succeed unless they have like a fan base supporting them to like help them succeed, right? Like to win things, to, you know, like to make money, to create more music, to win awards, like etc., you know, like to get their names out there so they can work with other artists, like all of that, it takes the fan base, you know, like there's really no going around that. People have to like follow you and like enjoy your music and like really care about you, to put in the time to like buy your songs, watch your content, what if they like vote for you for like awards and things. Like, people have to genuinely care a lot, and I think that's where it comes in, this whole idea of like combining the group with the fans, right? And like they've always been so grateful, and you can tell, you know, they've always done a very good job of showing it, I feel like, and they've always like made sure ARMY knows how grateful they are, because like without ARMY they wouldn't be where they are. Like, you can't be on top of the world without people who like help push you up there, you know? Or more so like walk together up, I guess. I keep thinking back to like, you know, at the end of their concert like years ago, I think it was Most Beautiful Moment in Life, a tour they did then, when they were like talking about like walking up the mountain together with armies and that whole thing. It kind of took me back to that again, and remembering the whole sentiment of that, you know, that like we're walking together kind of side by side more so than anything else. And I'm just so incredibly proud and mind blown of how far they've come. My god. Like, I just keep thinking back to 2016 when like all this started. They've really done so much. Not even just in the music industry, even like for their country. Like, oh my god, if it weren't for BTS and like like a couple of my friends got into BTS, and then like they started learning a bit of Korean, and then like they got me into BTS, and then like I started learning Korean, and to this day I'm taking Korean like classes, like constantly learning it on my, like, I'm super into like the K-pop realm and everything. I make big reactions all the time. Like, if it weren't for all that, if it weren't for like BTS being like the catalyst for all that, like so many people like wouldn't be doing what they're doing right now, you know, like K-pop, and like especially I think BTS is what like really opened it worldwide. If it weren't for that, like so many like fewer people would be taking interest in like Korean and like their culture and media. Like, they really did so much, genuinely. Like, I hope they know, how much they've done, and like I hope they're proud of it. Because genuinely, there's a reason for so much of this. Like, it's crazy. Like an idol group, but that's the impact they have. That's mind-blowing. I can't believe how far they've come and how much they've done. These 7 men who broadened my perspective so much. Before BTS, like, I had barely any concept of the outside world, which might have been due to age as well, because I was, like, younger and, like, as a kid, you care a little less about, like, everything going on in the world. You just, But I think it was a mix of, honestly, like, K-pop and just getting older and, like, realizing more things and, like, seeing the world from a more, I guess, adult perspective. Not that I'm, like, fully there yet at all. Like, I'm 19. What the hell do I know? But, like, I've grown, is my point. And, like, thanks to them, like, I started gaining interest in other cultures, and yeah, it's crazy. They've done so much. And this is really straight from the point of the song. I'm sorry, I'm just really rambling at this point. But yeah, like, they've just done a lot. And like, hearing them, like, acknowledge armies, and like, I think they know they're proud, and I'm very happy about that, because, like, they deserve to be. They work so hard. And, like, here they're talking again about, like, that endless work, like, not knowing whether it would go anywhere, Like, I'm sure they really, really struggled back then. It's like you put everything into something that, like, you don't know whether it'll go anywhere. And, like, people must have, looked down on them at first, because they given up, like, a classic career, like what you're supposed to do, like a stable job and everything, to pursue music, which is always a risk, of course, because, like, you don't know if you're gonna make it. But look where they are now. Like, oh my god, did it pay off for them? They did that, like, they took the risk, and here they are. I love this too. We were only 7, but we have you all now. They so earned all this. Like, oh my god. These fingertips that hold each other. It's for, like, 7 years, 7 members. We got to heaven. Oh my god. That is such a... I really hope that's how they feel. I really hope that they feel like their life is heaven. Like, they keep saying also that, like, they don't really believe it's real. Which, like, I get it, of course. Like, that's... I feel like most people wouldn't grow up believing that they'll ever be famous, It's just, like, one of those things that it's like, oh, a select few people get it. But, like, what happens when you are that person? What happens when you are one of that, like, tiny group of people who really makes it big? Like, how do you conceptualize that, like, that's you, I can't imagine. I love that, like, also they keep saying, like, we have no fear anymore, that, like, like, they feel secure in where they are, and I'm very happy to hear that too. I feel like armies will definitely, like, stay by their side, and, like, we're very protective, I think. Together, bulletproof, indeed. Forever bulletproof, I hope. I love that Suga always has, like, that whisper before his parts. Yeah. It's also crazy how different this song is from, like, the first We Are Bulletproof, right? Like, part 2. It's funny that, like, the other one's called part 2, when this is kind of, like, the continuation. But, not a continuation, I don't even know what to call it. Like, a rebranding of the same thing, or, like, not so much that as, like, the new them, kind of, expressing their growth. It's like the other one, like, it's still a part of them for sure. It's just that now they get to look back on all that like this, and it's just, oh my god, it's mind-blowing. Time is crazy. Tell me your every story. Tell me why you don't stop this. Tell me why you're still walking with us. It's so interesting, because I feel like they don't quite understand why armies love them so much and, like, stay by their sides, but they're just grateful that it is what it is, And, like, that is such a, like, question. I feel like a lot of people have been trying to figure out, like, what was it about BTS that made them in particular, like, get so big and have such like a strong loyal fan base like ARMY, you know? And I feel like they themselves like struggle to figure that out, you know? Like I can't imagine in their place what I would be thinking or like how I would imagine that happen. Like if I was in their shoes, I don't know how I would even conceptualize that. Like I feel like I just wouldn't be able to believe it. Like I wouldn't know why anyone's my fan, you know? Like that's so crazy. So crazy. Forever Bulletproof. And a touching end to that. Alrighty, yeah, they're really getting me emo with this album. Wow. I love how they always just really like lay it out on the line, you know, and create these really touching, genuine songs. I think that's definitely in terms of like a huge factor in like the bond between BTS and ARMYs, because they're so real. Like they really show a lot of themselves in a way that a lot of artists don't. And I think that's like pretty key for them. And yeah, like there's definitely this connection, and they like definitely try and enforce that a lot. So I hope they, you know, continue along with that, and like I hope they never lose that aspect of humanity that makes BTS BTS, you know? Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like, you can follow me on Instagram at Alice on the Internet, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone.